All right, we is live, y'all. Let's see what happens. Make sure if anything happens and I turn my light on, make sure y'all can see. Oh yeah, y'all can see like they like. Alicia, how's it going? Wee Hopper, how's it going? Rustic, thanks for everybody for coming in. We're gonna try to see if we can stink up the bank. I've actually been out here for probably about an hour and a half right now, but they've had music blaring so loud that I wasn't even trying to go live. It was shaking the ground over here, and they was over on the Indiana side. Chucky, how's it going? So we got the Hellcat rod. Yeah, I'm at my spot. I got the Poison Ivy rod in front of me, the green rod. Of course, I got my Muddy River Flathead rod. Y'all know I won't leave home without it. Right next to it, I got the Puzzle rod, and I got me a carp rod set up out there. So we're gonna see what happens. I got some corn on the carp rod. I've got Nightcrawler on the Puzzle rod. I've got cut bluegill on the pink rod, and I've got a live bluegill with a spook and a rattle on the green rod. So we're gonna see if the flatheads have woke up yet. We've got a lot of fish activity. I think most of it's carp, but man, there's fish been rolling, and I'm talking monster fish been moving through here and bouncing all night. Like I said, they just now turned the music off about a half an hour ago, so I'm hoping that with them turning the music off and the bank calming down like it did, then we may be okay. Now I did have two good takedowns earlier before I went live. Pink rod got a good hit on it, and I got a my carp rod got smashed. How I didn't hook up, I don't know. I mean, it got smashed. It was almost touching the ground. It got hit so hard. But I am running circle hooks on it, so that might be what the problem is. I did order some carp gear and everything else so I can actually do some carp fishing this year. We've got some massive carps and some massive buffalo in this area. So and I got my light mounted up top to where we get a fish. I'll turn that on, light it up like daylight. Get a remote to work, and then we'll also I'm close enough to the water where I should be to turn the camera so where y'all can see the whole fight. Now we just waiting on fish. And this cut bluegill I got out here, it don't get no fresher than that. When I brought it out here in the bag, it was still flopping around. I just caught them literally maybe 25 minutes before I got here. I mean, y'all can probably hear them splashing. They've been coming through here like crazy all night, which has actually got me surprised. The river's climbing right now. It's going up maybe 2 inches an hour. I'm sorry, an inch every 2 hours. Yeah, they're right out here next to me. It's coming up real slow, but it is coming up. Well, I hope they're getting active, Rustic, because like I said, I got a live bluegill on this green rod, and it does have a spook and a rattle on it. I don't have much faith in the spooks and rattles. I don't. I've never had any luck with rattles. I mean, the only time I've ever had luck with a rattle, I had a rattle on a pink rod, and I didn't have a float of any kind. It was just laying on the bottom, and yeah, I got a good hit. I got a good fish on it, about 14-pound blue on it, and it was 10 minutes after I cast it out. But I couldn't duplicate it again if I wanted to. I've tried, so I've done gave up on the rattles. That's the only fish I've ever caught on a rattle. But I figured this year I'm going to go ahead and try the spooks. I've got some spooks of my own series coming out, custom painted by me. Shooting star. Hey, maybe that'd be some good luck, y'all. Okay. We shall see. Still waiting on my lights. I ordered some more lights to put on these Mad Catz rods to light them up like the pink rod does, but they haven't got here. I've ordered them twice. Dallas, how's it going? I've ordered them lights twice and they keep on canceling my order, so I don't know what's going on. Let's see here. Well, see, that's my thing. I've got strong current here. I've got strong current. Even though it's in a little sand flat, I've got strong current. Alicia can contest to that because I tell you what, most of the time I can't get an 8 to 10 ounce sinker sit on bottom. So, but I've never had luck with the rattles. This is actually my fourth trip out this year. This is the first time I've come out by myself, and we decided to go live. Um, I've been out here fishing with a buddy of mine that I used to work with. Me and him have been hitting different spots. We fished down in Brandenburg and fished out here, fished a couple, like two more spots. So far, my spot had been the best spot because he keeps on coming to my spot when I'm not here. So he come down here. First night he come down here with me, he was talking about the walk. He's like, man, I hate that dreaded walk. Yes, I do. I have a whole bunch. The orange rod right here is out maybe 20 foot. Maybe 20 foot. Carp rod's out maybe 15 foot. Pink rod's out about 30, 40 yards. A lot the same way with the green rod. Yeah, because all the fish I've seen have been about 20 foot off the bank. And that's what's got me surprised because normally down here, if I'm not catching catfish, I'm catching drum. I mean, like crazy. I can't put a night crawler out there without getting a bite within 5, 10 minutes. And it's not making any sense because I got night crawler on that orange rod and it ain't budged all night. I switched it over earlier and put a small piece of cut bluegill on there. Didn't get a nibble. But yet all the fish are coming in within 20, 25 foot of me. Had one scare the crap out of me earlier. Had my back turned doing something. I forgot what I was doing. I was messing with my bag doing something. And he was like right up on the bank and he splashed and scared the crap out of me. I didn't know what it was. We do have an overcast sky. We're in between rain because it rained yesterday and it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So we've actually got a 15% chance of rain all night. So we'll see how that works. Here in a minute, I might try something else. I might try for some channel cat or something. Cause when we come down here, me and my buddy come down here last week I think it was, and he had his little rod out and was using it for channel cat, and he caught about a 2 pound channel cat, and then he wasn't paying attention, and I tried to warn him. I'm like, buddy, you're in a big fish spot. I put him right there in my spot where I catch all my 30s and 40s. I'm like, dude, you might want to watch your rod. Well, he's playing around TikTok, talking to his friends on TikTok Live. About that time that rod went over, he yanked up on it. I looked at him. I said, you might want to stand up so he don't break you off. Before I could say anything, he snapped the line. He goes, man, that would have been my PB for the year. I said, I guarantee it would. I said, you probably hooked into one of them 40s out there. But I do have some Slim Jims, so I might try some Slim Jim on that orange rod. Spice things up a little bit, see what happens. I'm just extremely surprised because, oh, like I said, orange rod just got tapped. Usually it'll do that all night with that night crawler on it. Let's see if he comes back for it. There you go. See what happens. I don't care if it's a drum. I don't care if it's a catfish, striped bass, carp. I don't care as long as it's a good fish. Because the only thing I've caught so far this year is bluegill. Now I'm gonna stop it. I stood up. He's like, no, you ain't putting a hook in my lip. Aaron, what is up, brother? Yeah, finally on the bank. And I got your favorite out here on his green rod. I got a live bluegill. I got a spook and a rattle both on there. He's casted out over by the brush pile that's underwater over here. So we're gonna see what happens. Oh, pink rod's getting tapped now. They're gonna play with my emotions, y'all. Y'all watch and see. You watch and see if they don't play with my emotion. Y'all see them hit the orange rod. Well, I think y'all might have been able to see it. And the pink rod just got nibbled. They out there playing with my emotions. It's that time for them to bite though, so I'm gonna give them a few minutes and step back and see what happens. See, I was expecting to get attacked by drum all night because I normally do. So I was figuring I'd get attacked by drum all night, so I brought 3 dozen night crawlers with me. And I've only used 2 night crawlers. 3 if you include the one I used at the creek to catch the 7 bluegill I got. I was gonna put a green sunfish out there. I got a big old green sunfish the size of my hand. I was gonna put him on there for live bait because I know flatheads love them, but he had kind of kicked the bucket by the time we got here, so he's gonna be used for cut bait. All right, I'm gonna give it 5 minutes, y'all, and if he don't come back for that rod, I'm gonna check that night crawler, make sure he didn't get it off there. Crappy day, how's it going? Yeah, it's been a while, man. I'm out here now finally. We're gonna try to get the first catfish of the year. I've been working a lot. I just got rehired on by the company I was with. I was working as a temp because I lost my job when I got sick, and I just got rehired back on full time. And now they're working us 50 hours, 60 hours a week again. Plus, Rachel's health ain't been my wife's health ain't been that great, so I've been kind of scared to go anywhere. A buddy of mine wants me to go down to his spot, check it out. but I ain't had a chance to do that yet. So, been kind of scared to go that far out because it's about an hour and a half away from here. But he seems to love my spot after that one good takedown and one good fish he hooked into out here for less than 20 minutes. Told him, I said, dude, I told you it was going to happen. 14-inch black crappie. I'll go check that out. Dink over stink. What is that? Yeah. And I would take a dink over stink right now, but y'all know how I do. Now, me fishing with my buddy, he's a opportunistic fisherman. That's the best way I can explain it. He runs a size 2 or size 4 hook. He runs small hooks, small baits, and he goes out here and he'll be happy with a pound, 1 pound fish, 2 pound fish, whatever. As long as it's a fish, he's happy with it. Now, see, I've gotten spoiled doing all this trophy catting I've been doing for years, and I don't know. It's just I don't know what it is. I don't mind catching small fish, but I'm always looking for that monster, and it's kind of killing my. Thank you, Crappy Day. It's kind of killing my fishing because I've been targeting nothing but trophy catch for the last 30 years. So I need to get out of that and start just catching whatever I can catch. So this year I've downsized some of my hooks. Not all my hooks, but some of my hooks. I'm actually running a 6/0 circle hook on that. Y'all hear him out there flopping? I'm running the 6/0 circle hook on the orange rod, on the puzzle rod. Yeah, he's out there. They're out there flopping 30 yards out, right there where my baits are at. But I've actually got a 6/0 circle hook on the puzzle rod, and I got a 4/0 hook on the carp rod. So I'm downsizing some of my hooks, some of my rigs. Just try to see what I can do. Austin, how's it going? You'll try to see if I can put more fish in the bank. That's the whole reason why I got the rattles and the spooks to see if it would actually improve anything. Like I said, I've never had no luck off of them, but we're gonna try them. I'm also trying to put these Mad Cat rods up against my Muddy River rod. I know which one's gonna be the victor. I've got 4 Mad Cats rods. I've had one for almost 2 years now. I've never caught a fish on it. Never. I've had it out here next to my pink rod, which is my Muddy River flathead rod. I've had it out here next to it hundreds of times. Never got a fish. Never got a bite. In that time, I've caught about 50 on a Muddy River rod. So I do believe those are my good luck rods. The other day when I was out here with my buddy, I was joking around with him, and I said, you ain't gonna catch a fish until I catch this pink rod out. We ain't gonna get no bites until then. And I had already had all the rods out except for the pink rod. No exaggeration. My pink rod hit the water. 30 seconds later, his rod went over. He was on TikTok joking with his friends. He's like, this man was tricking me. He's like, he's playing around. Telling me I wasn't gonna get a bite until uh, the pink rod goes out, and as soon as it hits the water, I get a bite. Oh yeah, I definitely have some bad juju on it. Now the gold one, I'm thinking that's why John Parker started catching fish because I got that gold one at Catfish Conference, last year. Last year, not this year, last year. And I ran into John Parker in the Mad Catz booth. And I've had nothing but bad luck with that rod. This year, when I got my other three, I asked him, "Have you been to the Mad Catz booth yet?" He goes, "Nope, I ain't going to the Mad Catz booth because I ain't got Mad Catz money." I'm like, "Cool." So I ran over and got my Mad Catz rods. So I know for a fact he didn't touch them. We got a barge coming through, y'all. He's gonna hit us here in a few minutes. I've been waiting for that barge. I ought to check that nightcrawler real quick before he gets on us. I got about 2 minutes. I might not even have that much time. He's moving pretty quick. I'm gonna check that nightcrawler, y'all. That's what I'm saying, barge bite. Got one earlier when the barge come through here a minute ago. Earlier. Let's check this nightcrawler, throw another one on there real quick, get it out there before he gets on us. Come on. Like I said, I wasn't out there far. And I'm glad I did. There wasn't no crawler on there. Wasn't enough crawler on there to get another fish. Come on. Get on the hook. Get on the hook. Get on the hook. Alright. Got a crawler on there. Just like that. Like I said, it's only at about 20, 25 yards. I mean 20, 25 foot. It ain't out that far. Keep him in close and see what happens. All right. All right, everyone. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, if y'all don't mind, if y'all don't mind sharing this out, make sure you hit the thumbs up and share it out. Somehow YouTube has taken probably close to 50 of my subscribers away in the last month. I guess because I haven't been making content, so I don't know. Yeah, you just want orange rod holders? It doesn't matter what kind they are? Or do, or do you want monster rod holders? I use all sand spikes. Mine are all handmade PVC, cut at an angle, and I spray painted them orange. I got them fluorescent orange and fluorescent green and fluorescent yellow. And I put my logo on them, my stickers on them for a logo. I've been handing them out here lately. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I checked that crawler because there wasn't nothing left of that crawler. Yeah, takedown rod holders are nice. Takedown rod holders are real nice. I almost bought some when I was at CatCon, but most of the places I fish are all soft, muddy, and sand bank. So I need something that's gonna hold in better. Cause I mean, I just shove these in like this. I mean, just push them straight into the sand. But they're cut where they've got the whole thing's 30 inches, and I got 15 inches of it that goes into the dirt. So got to make sure it's strong enough for them not to pull it out. So far it's worked because I haven't had anything pulled in. Now I have had one bend one in half and almost shoot my rod out like a rocket, but that was on a 12-inch bullhead. Wannabe, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Got a barge coming through now. We're hoping for a barge bite. We did just get a little bit of action on the orange rod a minute ago. The nightcrawler rod just got smacked a little bit and they stripped the nightcrawler off of it. If it starts getting hit again like that, I'll change that corn out on that last rod down there and we'll put a nightcrawler on it as well. I got 3 dozen nightcrawler and they're going to go bad by the end of the night probably because I've had them for about 2 weeks. So I need to use them up. I mean, I wouldn't mind keeping 2 or 3 to take to the creek to try to catch bait, but other than that, heck, I caught 7 bluegill on a half a nightcrawler earlier. So. Angle iron, yeah, that hold. That will hold. Can't see anything. Mr. Pickle, how's it going? Thanks for coming in. No, there. Not yet. We just had a couple good hits on the orange rod, a couple good taps on it, and they stripped the nightcrawler off of it. So we're waiting to see if it comes back. I put another nightcrawler. I got a barge coming through right now, so hoping for that barge bite. I usually get barge bites out here, so we're hoping for it. We're gonna see. I'm trying to put the first catfish on the bank for the year. We're gonna see if it happens. I got a live bluegill on this green rod. It's got a spook and a rattle on it. On the pink rod, I got a piece of cut bluegill. The orange rod right here has got a nightcrawler on it. And I got corn on that last rod for the carp. We got a lot of big carp in here. So we're gonna see what happens. Maybe this barge will wake them up. We gotta get something, get the skunk off the bank at least. No matter if it's a carp, catfish, drum, whatever, just something to get the skunk off. I'm really itching for a 40 pounder, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's still a little early for that. It's still a little early for them 40s to be out here. Well, maybe not. But so far, everything we've got going on points out to be a good night. It should be a good night because we got the water on a slow climb instead of descent. We got it on a slow climb. I got fresh bait. We're in between rain. So we should do pretty good. Should. It's a little foggy out here, which is a good thing. Usually when it's foggy out here, I normally do real good. So no, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't use the dish pickles. They don't allow it in my state. They do work good. I've seen a bunch of 30s and 40s caught on them. Maybe 160, but yeah, it works great. But yeah, we're not allowed to use them. We're not allowed to use bass, and we're not allowed to use crappie. We can use red sunfish, green sunfish, bluegill. We're not allowed to use bass or crappie, even if we catch it legal, which makes no sense. If we catch it legal and we have our fishing license and we catch it legal and we're allowed to keep it, I don't know why we're not allowed to use the bait. Thank you, Miss Pickle. I'm gonna step back here and get my drink, y'all. Be back in a second. All right. Now we'll let the water calm down and see what happens. Did get hit when it come through, so maybe we'll get hit when it starts to calm back down. Maybe the fin will get out there. After this water calms down, I'm gonna check on my live bluegill buddy. Make sure he's still out there kicking and swimming around. I don't usually do too good up here with live bait with flatheads. Normally, most of my flatheads cut on cut bait, mainly the heads. Which I do believe that's what I got on the pink rod is the head. Big head chunk and head and body chunk. I cut the tail off about an inch from the tail, and the rest of it went on the hook. I'm thinking I might want to put a piece of nightcrawler on that white rod down there. Like I said, it got hit on the corner earlier, but we're not allowed to chum or nothing. So here in the state I'm in, you're not allowed to. You can use corn as bait, but you can't chum with it. It makes no sense. So I don't know how good it's gonna actually do them finding it. I didn't have time to make any pack bait or nothing, so we didn't have no pack bait to bring out here. But that's all going to change soon. Like I said, I'll order some cages, some carp cages for bait cages. Ordered some of those. I got some homemade hair rigs at the house, so we're gonna try to put in some work this year. Yeah, dogs work pretty good. Now you didn't miss any fish yet. We still waiting. We still waiting. All right, now that this water's calmed down a little bit, I'm gonna check on my bluegill bud and see if make sure he's still out there swimming. Make sure something didn't come up while I had my back turned and crush him. They have a bad habit of doing that. But we're gonna check to see if he's still flopping. Bank Fishing Adventures, how's it going? I'm trying to. He's feeling feisty. Come on. Quit trying to run from me. Oh yeah, he's still flopping. Yeah, that's the rig I'm running right there, y'all. Got a spook. It's one of my personal spooks. A rattle. And I got a live fishy on there. Let him swim out there. See what happens. Alright, let's put him back out here in the spot, y'all. See what happens. Oh, and how did I backlash? That's the first time in a year. There we go. Problem solved. Come on. Make sure I didn't get in the tree or the brush pile over there. That's what I don't want. There we go. I'm waiting free to swim. Alright. I'm gonna throw a night crawler on this corn on this park rod. Try to double up and see if we can't get some better luck. Fresh corn. Throw me a fresh night crawler on there and we'll throw it back out there real close in. See if there's anything in real close. Come here, buddy. You'll do just fine. You will do just fine. Got to check my drag. I've only got 12-pound test line on this rod. There we go. her set, y'all. I'll give it a cut bluegill. I put it out there right before the live, so I'll give it a few. Dallas, how's it going? Teresa, how's it going? Yeah, let's see here. I've been live for 45 minutes, almost 45 minutes. So we'll give it till exactly 45 minutes, and I'll change the bait on that pink rod. Try and see if that changes anything. Put a piece of fresh cut out there. So now I got Nightcrawler on 2 rods. So we'll see what happens since they hit that Nightcrawler good earlier. And the white rod, the little Lou Cat Daddy. That's what I use for my carp rods. I tell you what, they're not. Brandon's Outdoors Adventures, how's it going? They're not great catfish rods. I mean, for small cause, how's it going? They're not good for they're good for catfish rods. I mean, they work pretty good for small cats, but for big cats I normally catch, they don't work that great. But for carp, they work wonderful. They've got just enough flex to work. I'm on YouTube. I've been having problems with my StreamYard. I ain't been able to get it to work. I tried to set up a live through StreamYard earlier when I first got here, and it wouldn't let me go use StreamYard. I need to contact them and make a go ahead and get the paid subscription again. Now that I'm back at work, go ahead and pay for a full year, get it done and over with. I need to find out. I got something in mind, and I need to find out how many people fish the Ohio River from the bank. I know there's a lot, but I got to find out how many. I want to find men and women both that do. I haven't caught anything yet. We've only been out here for about. We've only been live for 45 minutes. I was out here for about an hour before that, but they had a party going on down about a mile down the road, and they had the music playing so loud. I think it was a live band. The music was playing so loud that you could feel the ground shake over here, and that was across the river, and I could feel it shake all the way over here. I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting no fish until while they're doing that. Yeah, I can't use crappie here. I wish. My favorite baits by far are um, number one is carp. If I can get small carp, number one is carp. Number two is bluegill, and then skipjack. Which I've still got skipjack, some frozen skipjack, but it's I didn't bring any with me. I probably should have. But this was a spur of the moment thing. I didn't know if I was gonna go today or if I was gonna go try tomorrow, do a day trip, like early morning. But so I didn't know what was gonna happen. All I knew was is that I got up, decided I was gonna go get something for to, for dinner, so I didn't have to cook. Went and got dinner, went to the creek, caught some gills, and started looking at the radar and the water level and everything else. And tomorrow the water level is supposed to be a lot higher than what it is today. And there's a lot more chance of rain tomorrow. So I figured, you know what? Higher chance of rain. The water's gonna be way up tomorrow. So I have to deal with debris and everything else. Me, tonight might be the best night to go. We need a takedown now. We need a massive takedown. They're still out there flopping around. It's gotta be carp. Yeah, and it's supposed to get that way here too. I'm hoping it don't, but it's supposed to. We've had some pretty good wind gusts since I've been out here. Little brother, what's going on? Yeah, we come out here and figured I'd try it out and see what happened. Try these Mad Cat rods out and these spooks. See what all the hype's about. So far, I'm not impressed. I'm more impressed with my Muddy River rods, like always. I know if Amazon needs to quit playing around, they need to get some lights. All my lights have went bad. They only last about a year, 2 years if you're lucky. The reason why the pink rods lasted as long as it has is because I couldn't get the cap off of it, and I was going to order some green lights, some more orange lights to put on the Mad Catz rods, but I've done ordered them twice, and both times I've ordered them, they've canceled the order for some reason and sent the money back. Make me wait 3 days to get the money back. So, and I'm not understanding it because everything else I order, they send it to me. I ordered these generic GoPros, these little action cameras. I bought 3 of those. They got there 4 days early, and that was after I ordered my lights. I ordered guitar strings and some picks for my guitar. They got here when they supposed to, with no problems. So I'm not understanding it. Unless it's got something to do with the company itself, just don't have the lights in or whatever. That could be the situation. Yeah, bank fishing. I fish it all the time. Uh, at least 4 times a year, I'll go fish the falls. I've got a buddy of mine, the guy that I've been out here fishing with lately. Uh, he's got he's got a friend that gets the passes where we can park the parking passes where I can go park up there. So he's going to try to in the next couple of months. He's going to try to get us a pass to park up there to where we can fish overnight. Because the only issue is it's 24 hours. You can fish there 24 hours. It even says it on their website. It's 24-hour access. But parking is not 24-hour parking. They will actually ticket your vehicle or tow your vehicle if you're parked in one of the parking lots or anything like that. These fish are out here just going crazy, y'all. They're out there dancing on top of the water. So I mean, yeah, it's one of those things to where you have to get a parking pass for the museum if you park up there. And the problem with that is that you have to get the pass before they close, which is like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And so you have to be there before 2 o'clock to get the pass, and then it's good till 2 o'clock the afternoon the next day. but it's about a 40-minute drive for me, so I don't want to drive over there, come back, then go back over there, and have to come back again. I mean, 2 or 3 trips is just ridiculous. So what we're working on is my buddy's friend's going to try to get us a pass. Uh, he's going to try to get us one of the week passes, like an employee pass. That way, he can bring it to us because he works over in that area. He's going to try to bring it to us when he gets off work. That way, we don't have to go over there and do anything. We just go over and set up and park. But there again, I haven't had much luck at the falls either. I've seen some monsters pulled out of there. I've heard stories of monsters pulled out of there, but I haven't had any luck there. Now, over by the locks and dams itself, right there by the hydro plant, next to the hydro plant, we have caught some monsters. And there used to be a park over there. It was called Fisherman's Park. And we used to fish down there all the time. And I mean, we literally, it wasn't nothing to catch 10 fish a night. And most of them being the high 20s or bigger. That'd be cool, Aaron. If I'm off work, I'll check it out. I can't run balloons here. Way too much current. I need to change this bluegill out, y'all. It's been, I said I was going to change it at 45 minutes in, and it's been almost an hour now. And I got plenty of bait with me, so there's no sense of skimping on bait and not using fresh bait. I need my spotlight on. Got my spotlight sitting right here. In fact, I can just do that, can I? That lights them up, don't it? I don't know how long it would run, but that lights them up good. Sorry, my old cheap batteries. Let's see what happens. I'll leave it on there. There you go. Y'all can see the rods now, huh? For sure. Y'all can watch them not move with like I am. Yeah, bank fishing. It's actually got that eel wire wrap around it. I can turn off all the lights, and you can see it from about 100 yards away. Now, the orange rod and the green rod are supposed to be lit up that way right now, but that's what I was talking about. Amazon keeps on canceling my order for my lights because I ordered lights for them because I was going to put green lights on the green one, orange on the orange one. That way we can see them and stuff easier. I have to walk to my spot, so I can't bring a car battery down here. No big fancy lights or black lights or nothing. So the best way to do it is those eel wire lights. And so far they've been great. They've been real great. I mean, I can sit out here in total darkness, and the fish out here don't like light. They don't. They're not used to it because out here there is zero light, and they're not used to the light out here. So I usually keep it pitch black out here, but as dark as I can. I'll turn my ring light down as low as I can get it, face it away from the water, and then I'll turn on my rods, and you can see the rods light up by themselves to keep any light off the water. Now I know back when we was younger, the old wise men used to tell us that stuff all the time, and I never believed it because there's certain places you can go where fishing's great with light. Light doesn't affect anything. There's other places you go like this that light has a big part of what everything's going on. Plays a big part in it. And I think the reason for that is we have no artificial light around here. None. If I turn all these lights off, you can't see 2 inches in front of your face. There's no lights out here besides the moon. That's it. And a lot of these fish have been in this area for years, and they're used to feeding in that manner, feeding in total darkness with no light. So it kind of throws them off when you put a light in the subject. And fish are out there going crazy, but they just ain't hitting nothing. All right, I'm gonna change the bluegill out, y'all. Give me a second. Turn this a little bit right here. There we go. Find me a bluegill over here. Oh crap. I got sunfish. I forgot I had a right little sunfish over here. He about to get used bait. Come on. Now, they ain't going after the head section. That's what I had on there, the head. Couldn't remember if I had a head on there or a body section. So I'm gonna throw a big chunk of body out there. See what happens. Sometimes they want the head, sometimes they want the body. Big old body chunk. That should be a good enough bait. I should have got hit. Must not have it in the right spot. It's going to hit. Yeah, with all the white bass, the drum, the carp, and the catfish around here, normally a night crawler does not stay on there. Wright's Trapping, how's it going? Yeah, normally a night crawler don't stay on there. Normally it's hit within a matter of minutes of being out. So if it ain't getting hit, then I gotta change it around, move it around because it ain't in the right spot. Because technically the drum should hit it within a matter of seconds. I'm normally plagued with them. We'll give her a few minutes and see what she does. Here in a little bit, I might change out that live bluegill because I've never had no luck on live bait. So I don't want to keep it out there all night and have a rod out there with zero chance of catching a fish. Well, it's not got a zero chance, but the chances are slimmer having a live bluegill in there. But we shall see. Oh, they need to start hurry up fighting. Maybe we need another barge to come through. I wish I caught them all. I ain't caught none yet. Normally I'll catch drum, carp, and small cats all night non-stop with nightcrawler. Normally I can't keep a rod in the water with nightcrawler. But tonight ain't been that issue. I mean, we did get a couple good smacks on it earlier. They stripped my crawler off there, but now I got nightcrawler on that last rod, the small carp rod, and on this orange rod right here, it's got nightcrawler on it. That one's at about, I'd say about 30 foot. And the carp rod, it's only at about 10, 12 foot. So we got all of our areas covered. And all the fish have been in close tonight. They keep on plaguing me. So I'm trying not to cast. I'm trying not to cast too far. Trying to keep a couple in close. Now I haven't tried my secret weapon yet. I do have Slim Jim on me. So here in a little bit I might break a piece of that Slim Jim off and put it on that orange rod and see what happens. But I know that if I ain't getting a bite if I ain't got a bite within 10 minutes on it, and I ain't got it cast in the right spot. There's a certain like a drop off out there that they hang out, because the bank, what it does, it's almost like stair steps. As it comes out, it goes out like this, it drops down, it does like this and works its way down. And they hide in one of them ridges. And if I'm not right on that ridge, they ain't biting as way they should. So I gotta find out the location, how far out I gotta cast, get the first one to hit, and then I can catch them all night. Once I find out what distance I gotta cast. With the water changing, going up and down the way it has this week, I'm not sure what the distance is. Sometimes it's 20 foot, sometimes it's 30 foot, sometimes it's 10 foot. All depends on where that ledge is at. Oh, uh-oh. Something's chasing that bluegill, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see that green rod or not. It's a bouncing. I think something might have it in the mouth. It bounced twice. Now I know that bluegill ain't pulling it. Might have it in something's mouth. I'm gonna give it a minute and see what happens. That would be great, y'all. That rod tip just sit like this. That'd be a great way to start off the year. First catfish of the year being a flatty, be a great way to start the year off. Can y'all hear those coyotes over there? Last week, me and my buddy got here. That's over on the Indiana side. It's all woods over there. We got here, me and my buddy, last week, and he had. Let me turn his light up where we go. Camera up where y'all can actually see the rods. We was out here. We heard the coyotes running. We heard a wolf howl. About that time, we heard a yelp. I'm like, yeah, we know what just happened. We know exactly what just happened. The coyote got hit with that by one of them wolves. I'm optimistic now. You ever bank fishing? I don't usually have luck with live baits. I really don't. To be honest with you, if that was a flathead like what it looked like, the way he tapped that rod, because I know that bluegill ain't moved that rod all night. That's a medium heavy action rod. He ain't moving it, and that rod tip bent twice. Now there's something out there just out there splashing by it. So but I've never had no luck. It's probably my second fish ever caught on live bait. If I hook one, all my flatties I've caught down here have come on cut bait. Matter of fact, my personal best before you two was caught on cut bait. We shall see. We should have done a takedown by now, y'all. I'm not understanding it. Might just be me, but it looks like the tip on that white rod's bouncing just a little bit. That thing's so flexible, it can bend it. They can bend it in half. Francis, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Alrighty, I'm gonna give it another 3 minutes, and I'm gonna put a piece of jerky on that nightcrawler rod. See, I wasn't expecting to throw live baits. If I was gonna be throwing live baits, I would have brought my regular hooks. Right now, I got circle hooks, so I'm gonna have to wait for him to get down on that fish before I can reel down on him, or at least load that rod up real good. Because I got 10 wonderful people in the house, I appreciate it. Yeah, I think something is pecking on that white rod at the end. That's all they're doing is pecking on it, probably over chewing the night crawler off of it piece by piece. Because I've got it up so shallow that the little minnows and everything else swimming around can get a hold of it. Little shiners and minnows. D-Loke, what is up? Hour and 15 minutes, y'all. We need to fish. We need to fishy. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. I mean, they should know what's going on by now. I fish this spot enough because it's the only spot I have access to 90% of the time. So I fish this spot a lot, so they know that I always let them go. So they get a picture taken, they get a free lip piercing, and they get released. And 90% of the time they get the bait, so they getting fed, get a free lip piercing, and they get their picture taken. Sounds like a good night to me. Mark, what is going on? Waiting on fishy. I got a live bluegill on this green rod. It got tapped a few times. Now it's got me optimistic. I usually don't have no luck on no live bait, but I got a spook and a rattle on there. And that tip of that rod, he said, boom, dunk. That's a medium heavy rod. And that bluegill ain't moved that rod all night, but it moved it that time. I wonder if something's got it in his mouth down there playing with it. Just waiting for him to swim off with it. Of course, it could have been a blue or something coming up and crushed it and killed it. It's about that time, y'all. Yeah, it's that time for me to put a check on that crawler rod. Change some things around real quick. Oh, there you go. Hold on. Yeah, that's not that bluegill, y'all. That is not a bluegill doing that. I hope he didn't get my bluegill either, because that's the only live bluegill I had. But that definitely wasn't a bluegill doing that rod then. He loaded that rod up pretty good. I'm gonna wait till I rod up a little bit better. Or try to at least. Keep it off the water, keep it on the rod. Grab something, put underneath of that to hold it up. Yeah, that's the second time that rod got smacked like that, so I'm wondering if he's out there trying to take that bluegill. I hope he didn't get it. I really hope he didn't get it, because like I said, it's the only live one I had. The only live one I had. Yeah, something really wants that live bluegill. He's done bent that rod. He loaded that rod up real good. If I would have been a little bit faster, I would have cranked down with on him when he had it bent over like he had it. Because he had it loaded up real good. And that ain't out there that far. Ain't out there far at all. All right, let me break up the secret weapon. Throw me a little piece of Slim Jim on there. On that micro off. Spice things up a little bit. Keep on jumping about right out. Right there in that spot. Got that far up. That's where I'm gonna put it at. Actually, I need to check this white line too. Oh, he's a little further out. Some big road out there. He's out about 50 yards. Micro is still moving, ain't nothing touched it. Alrighty, y'all. Let's see what happens now. Man, I want to pull up on it. I want to check that green rod after that hit, but I'm scared to move it. That's two good hits like that on that dang live bluegill. That last one, he bent that rod over pretty good. Kind of scared that he probably might get it off there. David Smith, how's it going? Guerrero, how's it going? Thank y'all for coming in. Yeah, I kind of want to check that bluegill to see if he's still on there. Now, I guess I can grab the line and see if I can feel him pulling against me. I know one thing. If I land a fish on that dang live bluegill, especially a flatty, then I can promise you right now, I will be bringing more down. See, I've never had no luck on live bait, so that'll change my whole thought process there. I'm gonna check this rod. I'm gonna grab the line and try to pull a little bit on the line just to see if I can feel any resistance. I'm not gonna pull hard. I'm not gonna pull on the rod itself. I'm just gonna grab the line because I need to find out if that bluegill's still on there after that hit. I don't want to reel him in unless I have to. I'll see if I feel him pulling. If I don't, I guess I'll check it. Froggy, how's it going? Waiting on the bite. I'm checking. I'm checking this bluegill, y'all. I got to. Yeah, my nose going. I gotta figure out what I want to do because I ain't got nothing pulling back. He is not pulling back against me. Guess I'll have to check him. I don't want to. What y'all think? Should I reel that green rod in to check that bluegill, see if he's still on there? See if he's still alive after that good smack he just took? Usually I won't pull him out when I'm getting hits, but he got hit twice like that and then ain't come back for it. And now I'm not feeling any resistance on that line, so. And I don't want to leave a rod out there with no bait on it all night. I'll give him 5 more minutes. I ain't seen nothing else tapping. I'm gonna check this. If not, I'm gonna drive myself crazy. Says I got 14 wonderful people in the house. I appreciate everybody coming in. If y'all don't mind, make sure you hit that thumbs up, and if you don't mind sharing it out, share it out. I've lost quite a few subscribers since I ain't been on lives, so I don't know who knows I'm out and who don't know I'm out. just smack it. I like it when it gets smacked like that because a lot of times it usually goes over after that. That's what I'm hoping for. It means they're starting to wake up out there. I'm gonna walk over, check the potty, break it off. As soon as I do that, I'm gonna check this green rod. Make sure bluegill ain't going on me. Check this bluegill. Which I don't want. He ain't been fighting me, so he's got no resistance. He's still on there, I think. He ain't swimming. He's still alive. Something had it in his mouth. Right back over where we had it. See what happens. See what happens, y'all. Dave, how's it going? Oh, I can agree with you there. I need some coffee too. Yeah, I didn't catch him that far. Put him out in the same location I had him earlier. He got hit twice earlier. So I was hoping whatever hit him was gonna come back. But it ain't came back for him yet. But I pulled on the line because it hit it so hard I thought it might have got the bluegill off there. I pulled on the line and was holding the line and didn't feel him fighting any, pulling against me. So I'm like, okay, well, either he's gone or he's dead, one of the two. Oh, that would be awesome. I can see him now. You call him right now, be like, "Hey, I need you to drop off some coffee." And tell him my location. Be like, "Oh no, you made that up." He's gonna have to walk a half mile before he gets that coffee. That's okay though. I'll get coffee when I get home. And I should get some KFC when I get home too. So I want to make sure I had time to go fishing today. So I bought the family KFC. Make sure I bought it a bunch of extra. That way, when I get done fishing, I get home. I'm always hungry, and I should have, I had some coffee. Oh, no doubt. We're not too far off from that though. Really, Amazon's already started trying to do their drone deliveries. It's only a matter of time before they start doing drone deliveries on food. Let them ping my location and bring me in a cup of coffee. Of course, it wouldn't do no good around here. Everything in Louisville closes at 9 or 10 o'clock. Everything, all the restaurants. We don't even have a 24-hour McDonald's no more. All the grocery stores close at 9 or 10 o'clock. All the restaurants close by 12 or 1, if you're lucky, and that's on a Saturday. Yeah, it's pretty horrible. I went down to my creek the other night with my the other day to try to get some bluegill for my buddy so he can come out here to the spot and try to throw fishing. And we pulled up. I pulled up there and was fishing when he pulled up. A few seconds later, cops pulled up behind us. Well, it wasn't a cop, it was a sheriff. He come down and goes, "Were y'all fishing?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, you're good then." He said, "Man, I hope you catch a bunch." And I'm like, "Okay, well, why'd you stop then?" And before I could say that, uh, he come up and he's like, he seen me fishing. He goes, "Yeah, they're railing because there's a little overpass because it's a little street ditch is all it is. It's a runoff for the sewage and stuff, or for not sewage, but rainwater. And the road crosses over top of it. Well, they got a little handrail, like a guardrail, aluminum guardrail that goes across it for people to walk across the sidewalk right there to keep them from falling in the ditch." According to the sheriff, they've done stove that railing 3 times. So when he saw 2 SUVs sitting in the grass over by there, he had to stop and make sure we wasn't stealing the railing. And I told him, I said, "You see this old beat up truck?" I said, "Anytime you see it, you ain't got nothing to worry about, because I promise you, I won't touch nothing down here, and I won't let nobody touch nothing down here." But I don't know. I don't know why they did. It's like a 35 foot, 40 foot railing, aluminum railing, and they keep on stealing it. I feel a disturbance in the force. I feel like there's something swimming around. Jesse, how's it going? I feel like there's something swimming around that ink rod. My lightsaber rod. I feel a disturbance in the force. Also feel my stomach growl too. Stephen Corley, how's it going? Ain't missed much. We've been out here for almost 2 hours now. We've had a couple good hits, but that's about it. This green rod right here's got a live bluegill on it. It's got a spook with a rattle on it. Uh, Pink rod's got a big chunk, big cut chunk of sunfish, yellow sunfish. I got Nightcrawler and Slim Jim on the orange rod, and the last rod down there's got Nightcrawler only on it. Now they stripped the orange rod on me earlier. They stripped it clean, but they ain't touched it since. Sunfish, how's it going? Mention sunfish and he comes in. But yeah, something wanted that live bluegill a minute earlier. It smacked it twice, and it bent that rod over real nice. But I was waiting for him to stay loaded up on it, and I was going to reel down because unfortunately I'm using circle hooks because I wasn't expecting to use live baits. I normally don't have any luck using live baits. So I decided to use a live bait for the fun of it today, and sure enough, it done got smacked twice. The last time I had to check it because I thought for sure it was gone. Oh, that sounds cool. I'm hoping my fishing things will change this year. I'm gonna try to do a bunch of different things this year. Try to go out there a bunch of different species, some bucket list species. I'm working on trying to get a secondary. I'm trying to get my vehicle where I can drive it to get to other spots, but I also want to get a secondary vehicle. Looking at getting a moped, or I wanted to get an e-bike, but I ain't got the money for an e-bike. I don't see me spending $1,000 on an e-bike. So I'm looking at getting a little moped. That's something I can put a cart behind to get to this spot. That way, if on nights I get off work early, I got the energy because I mean I had to walk to my spot, which is 5 to 6 blocks, carrying all this gear. After you worked all day, 8-10 hours, you don't feel like walking nowhere because I'm on my feet I walk an average of 26 to 28 miles a day at work. So I really don't like walking after I get off work. But if I've got something that I can ride down here and get me at least 70% of the way, 80% of the way, then I'll be able to get out more this year. And that's what I'm thinking. I got a few trips coming up. I am supposed to be going to Kansas City in July. I'm hoping when we get there, the flatties ain't on spawn. My stepson's getting married, so we're going out there for his wedding. And one of the family friends that live out there, he goes fishing all the time. Me and him's friends on Facebook, and he keeps on showing these flatties he's pulling in. He's done pulled in 3 or 4 over 40 pounds in the last 2 weeks. I said something about me coming out and bringing my gear with me. So he said it. I think it's out there swimming. I want to say it's carp, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, he said that even if he can't go, he's gonna pin me the location where I can catch some fish. I will be fishing KC hopefully in July. Oh, I guarantee it. need to go bass fishing myself. That little drainage ditch I use to catch my bait, it's got some monster bass in it. For water that's only 2 foot deep, there's some huge bass in there. I found one dead last year that washed up on the bank. It was every bit of 4.5 pounds. Every bit of. And I don't think it washed up on the bank. I think it looked like somebody had caught it and threw it up on the bank and left it. So I need to get some of that action in. We need a takedown, y'all. I just need one fishy. I need a catfish. I can have my catfish for the year. Getting a late start. Normally I'd been out here a month ago, but our weather has been so ridiculous. One day it's hot, the next day it's freezing, next day it's pouring down rain. It can't make up its mind what it's doing. And usually this spot's open about 2 weeks, 3 weeks earlier than what it was, because I couldn't get down to this spot for the longest time. It was completely underwater. I need to recast that nightcrawler rod, y'all. It ain't got hit yet. With nightcrawler and slim jim on it, this shit done got smashed. It must not be in the right location. Like I said, there's a little ledge out there. The ledge changes when the water rises and lowers the distance out. And I gotta get past that ledge, right on the edge of it, to start catching fish on that nightcrawler. If I ain't caught a fish yet on it or got a bite on it yet, I'm not on that ledge. I know that wind's starting to pick up. It needs to go away. It felt wonderful out here a little bit ago. I mean, we got a chance of storms tomorrow coming in tomorrow, probably in about 4 hours. But we got a chance of storms, but the sky's clear. I'm sitting there staring at the moon. The sky's clear. There's no clouds nowhere, but well, there's a few small clouds here and there, but no storm clouds or nothing else. But that wind is definitely picking up. They're still out there moving around. They seem to be going out a little bit further now. All the motion went from 20 foot out to 35 or 40 foot out. So once they're moving out deeper. And I ain't got none of my rods out real deep. Let me recast this nightcrawler rod. Throw it out a little bit further. See if I can get it in the sweet spot. And when I know where the sweet spot's at, I'll be golden. We'll try that spot to see if it's any better, because like I said, usually I should be getting hit by drum, white bass, carp. They normally won't leave a nightcrawler rod alone. So I'll cast it out a little further and see what happens. Worst case scenario, excuse me, something will hit it. Once I find that right distance, I should be golden. I should be recasting that rod like every 10 minutes if I'm not getting a bite. Cast out a little further each time. I know they're not up real close, because if they was up real close, that white rod would have been taken over by now. Because it's only maybe 10 foot off the bank. Because it's only got a 1/4 ounce sinker on it. 1/4 ounce sinker won't stay still in this water. I have to stay in a calm area. Something big rolling out there by that live bluegill. Maybe that flatty was messing with it earlier. Of course, I don't know how close to that timber pile I've got it right now. Earlier I had it right next to that brush pile underwater. see anybody coming in. Eugene, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Got 4 rods out tonight. Got the green Mad Cats, the poison ivy rods, got a live bluegill on it. Pink rods got a piece of cut sunfish. I got a piece of night crawler with a piece of uh, Slim Jim on the orange rod, and the rod at the end has got just a regular night crawler, all set at different depths. So we'll see what happens. Now these first two, the green one and the pink one, are medium heavy rods. The orange one's a medium rod, and that last rod's a Lou Cat Daddy, so it's more like a light rod. I've used stiffer rods for bluegill fishing, so shouldn't take much of a fish to take either one, the orange or the white rod over. Now we did get a smack on the bluegill twice, which is amazing because I never get hit on bluegill, not on live fish. Period. Live baits usually don't do me too good up here, but we did get a couple good smacks on it. Maybe this is gonna be one of them not a bluegill night. Or should I say not a nightcrawler night, I mean. Because normally that nightcrawler rod would have been got all twisted and discombobulated, but it ain't budged. Might pull it in here in a little bit, give it about another 5-10 minutes, pull it in, put a small cut piece of bluegill on there and see what happens. I know it needs to do something soon. Check my weather. 3 o'clock in the morning, y'all. Prime time for flatheads. So approximately got about another hour and a half. The rain's supposed to start moving in here in at about 5 o'clock. So, and I've got to walk home, so I want to get home, get all my gear out of the rain before it rains. Let me just tap the pink rod. I'm telling you, they're just gonna play with my emotions on it. They smacked it real hard earlier, and they didn't come back for it. Now they just tapped it. Well, they won't come back for it. Yeah, they just playing with my emotions. That's something big keeps on doing circles around that bluegill. Nice if it was a massive flatty, 40 or 50 pound flatty, circling it to make sure it can get a good strike in on it. And that rod just go over and keep on going. Because like I said, I would love my first cat of the year to be a flatty, especially a PB flatty would be nice. Shouldn't be hard to do considering the fact that my PB is only 11.5 pounds. When, at least my YouTube PB is only 11.5 pounds. I really wanted to get out here last weekend. My buddy come down to my spot, but I kind of messed my back up acting like a kid again. I was laid up for 3 days. Missed out on overtime at work and everything because of it. Some of these just grab one of these rods and run with it. Oh, me and you both. Yeah, the wind just now started picking up. It was calm earlier. The wind just started picking up. We got storms coming in. See, everything is. It got skunk tonight. Well, that's why I put a skunk in the thing because I didn't know if we'd get skunk tonight or not. Uh, but we got storms coming out. Everything, all the cards are right for it to be a good night. It's a bad thing. I'm not understanding it. The water is on a slow incline. It's slowly rising. We're in between storms. The pressure is actually low as can be, believe it or not. And we've been on a steady weather pattern for the last 5 days. Besides the fact of the rain, we've been on a steady weather pattern for the last 5 days. So technically, you would think the fishing would be just amazing. But for some reason, ain't nothing working right now. We ain't even getting barge bites right now. We done had two barges go through earlier, and I didn't even get a barge bite. And that's saying something. Normally, I get barge bites like crazy. I mean, every rod out here has been hit tonight. The live bluegill got smashed twice. The pink rod got binged about 2 or 3 times and didn't take it down. The orange rod, they stripped the nightcrawler off of it, bounced it about 4 or 5 times, stripped the nightcrawler off of it, and right before I went live, the white rod, it bent over, almost touched the ground. Ohio River. I'm fishing in the second most endangered river in the world, or in the United States, as they say. For the third or fourth year in a row, this is the second most endangered river in the United States due to the pollution, the lack of fish, and everything else. But see, that goes hand in hand. That goes hand in hand. See, for years, Kentucky Fish and Wildlife is, and the government has been letting commercial fishermen take as many catfish out of these waters they want to take. And I mean, they're taking 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever they can find, and they're taking them out of this water. Well, now the fish population's lower, a lot lower than what it should be. Now they got an Asian carp problem. But if they would have left the big flatheads and the big blues in here, still letting the pay lakers take them out, then it wouldn't be such a problem. Because Asian carp works real good down here for bait. Any kind of carp does. So this goes to figure that if the heck was it's gonna leaf or something falling, but it didn't look like it was gonna leaf. But no, you would figure if the fish are eating it, if it works for good for bait, that means the fish are eating those other fish. And if they're eating those other fish, if we had more of the regular fish in here, we'd have less population of the Asian carp. But Kentucky didn't see it that way. Kentucky seen it as, hey, we can make an extra buck. We got a barge coming, y'all. We got a barge coming. Come on, Mr. Barge Bite. Any of these rods can go over. I don't care which one it is. I don't care how big of a fish it is. It could be a 1 or 2 pounder. I really don't care. Big rod bending and doing something, but it ain't loading up. It's got pressure on it. It just released a little bit and then went back to pressure. It's been doing that for a few minutes, so I don't know if it's a flatty down there stepping on something, or if something just keeps on coming back and smacking the bait and letting go of it. But it may be a good sign if he's down there messing with it and his barge comes through. Maybe he'll take it and try to run with it. Which be really great right now. Yeah, because I might have to wind up ending this live earlier than I thought I was going to. They're saying 5 o'clock for the rain, but this whole sky done turned dark. But I'm gonna wait it out to the last possible minute. Takes me approximately 20 minutes to pack up all my gear. If I rush it, it takes me about 20 minutes to pack it all up and 10 minutes to walk home. Here in a minute, I'll go ahead and start putting my gear up. Then what I'll do is grab it, do it laying out on the bank. barge must be way down there. I see his lights, but I don't see I don't hear no noise from him or anything else yet, so he must be pretty far down. There is a pole and a small slight bend right here at this point at the beginning of this river right here. It bends a little bit, so they have to slow down because they get around that corner. It's not really a bend, but it gets more narrow on this side, I should say. Don't let bend, just get more narrow on this side. So they have to watch it when they cut the corner. Yeah, he's creeping slow. Yeah, we're supposed to get rain starting at, according to what they're saying, 5 o'clock. But I mean, it's starting to mist up over here real good. I mean, a lot of it's just fog, because in this area we get a lot of fog. That's one of the reasons why the barge is going so slow. Usually, when we got a lot of fog like this, though, the fishing's amazing. But a lot of it's just fog and everything. But at the same time, the moon is completely blocked out by the clouds, and they're moving through fast and dark. There's some dark clouds moving through, and there wasn't a cloud in the sky, hardly a cloud in the sky, 20 minutes ago. So now all light from the sky is blocked out. So I say it's probably going to, if it hits us, if it don't hit us by 4:30, it's going to be a miracle. I'm thinking closer to 4, but I'm not trying to. I ain't trying to worry about it right now. It's 3:18. I still got at least another half an hour, 45 minutes, and not worrying about it. I wish this barge would make up its mind what it wants to do. Because I thought about pulling that nitrile rod in and putting a piece of cut bluegill on it. Because I've actually got a small piece of cut bluegill over here, soaking in like a fish oil. It's skipper something herring, like almost like sardines, but it's herring, and there's the bluegill soaking in it. So it'd be nice to see what would happen if I put some of that on here. Maybe we'll catch a channel kitty. Yeah, I've tried it before, never had much luck off of it. But when you take it to certain places, channel cats tear it up. I used to soak chicken and take and cut up some old chicken breast and soak it in sardine oil, just regular plain sardine oil, and did pretty good. Certain spots, but yeah, I figured I could try it. I mean, it won't hurt none. But now I might have to wait for this barge to go through and figure out what he's going to do before I change up anything. two small pieces over soaking in it. So there's something tapping the pink rod again. So we'll see. We'll uh, wait till he passes and put it on there. Give it about 20 minutes or so. See what happens. Now I really would like to catch a fish on one of these Mad Catch rods. Honestly, would. I haven't caught a fish on any of them yet. I don't know how good the action is on them or nothing else. I know what my Muddy River rod does. I know what the action is on it. I know what I can do with it. I don't know nothing about these Mad Catch rods. I mean, they're cool colors and stuff. I love the coloration of them and stuff, but being pretty ain't everything. Man, he's creeping through real slow. It's about a mile swim. Let me see here. Try what you got, rod. What have I got wrapped in? Nothing. The pink rod is wrapped in eel wire lights. That's why it's glowing. And those are just sand spikes I made. They're sitting in the ground. Um, Used some 2-inch PVC pipe. I cut them off 30 inches. At 15 inches down, I cut it at an angle to where it was hollowed and half cut to where I could shove them down in the sand. Because this spot and a lot of about four of the other spots I go to are all like sandbanks. It's like being on the beach. So I had to have something that can go in the ground far enough and have enough resistance to hold the rods up. And all I did was take the PVC pipe and spray it with fluorescent paint. The green one's got my logo on it. I had three of them with my logos on them. Um, but I gave one away about 2 weeks ago. Me and my buddy went fishing, and we ran into some guy who was out there fishing, and he was talking about he needed to get some rod holders because he was laying them on the rocks. And I was like, I looked at my buddy. I said, "Watch this." I said, "Here you go, brother. Here's your rod holder." He goes, "Oh, you ain't got to do that." I said, "No, that's what I made them for. I made them to give out to people I see." Um, I said, "When I see people out on the bank that need rod holders, that's what I got them for." And then my buddy looks at him and goes, "Yeah, and that logo on the side of it, that's his YouTube and his TikTok." But yeah, they're just little PVC pipes. I got painted fluorescent paints. Little cheap wall. Well, it ain't cheap because spray paint is like $12 a can now. But it's just the cheap Walmart fluorescent paint. I sanded all the labels off of it and I cleaned all the labels off of it where it didn't have the writing underneath of it. Sprayed it 2 or 3 coats. Let it dry. Then I clear coated it. After I put my sticker on it and clear coated it. And they glow. They glow under black light real good. Everything I own glows under black light real good, but I don't have black lights. Well, I do, but I don't. I've got black lights. I just can't get them down here. Come on, buddy. Come on through. Yeah, that wind is picking up insanely. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let this barge go by, y'all, and let this barge go by. He's starting to pick up speed now. He should be about another 30 seconds out from getting into where he can cause my fishing to change. And then after he clears out, I'll probably give it about another 10 minutes, and I'll probably start packing up. Got totally insane. It's almost blowing me around sitting in the chair. And I'm down inside of a windbreak, which is going to be real fun carrying all this stuff home with the wind blowing against it. The wind resistance does not help. All right, I'm gonna get over here, stand up, just in case I gotta, just in case I gotta run to a rod. Then I'm gonna back up behind the camera. That way I'm not too close to the rod. If I get too close to the rod, then they think she ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, now my bags are flying. My bags all flying around, going crazy. My light pole is losing it. I got a light pole behind here on a remote, where if I turn on the light, I can light it up like Levi's, which I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. But yeah, pole's going crazy over here. Yeah, he's booking through here now. He got past that little bend right there and kicked it in high gear. batteries out on my head right where I leave. That way I can proceed to get out of here. Well, y'all, it looks like we're gonna wind up leaving some stink on the bank, cause in about 5 minutes I'm about to end this live and start making my way up this hill. Already starting to smell rain. The wind's picking up. The temperature's done dropped about 5 degrees, and the whole sky is dark. So it's about to open up on me here in a minute. I got a funny feeling I won't make it home. I think they're gonna be an hour earlier on the rain than they thought they were. I'll be lucky if I make it home before I get poured on. I'm gonna get up and start putting stuff in my bag. Then leave this running for about another five minutes or so. Get some of my stuff in my bag. That way I can get out of here quicker. Leave the rods out a little bit longer. Maybe we'll get lucky. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Froggy. The last time it did this, it started raining on me before I could get up the hill, and I almost got washed away. So I don't want to take that chance. Lost quite a bit of gear that day. A couple power banks, uh, one or two of my small lights, because I had to basically run up the bank as fast as I could, or climb up the bank in the mud, because the skies opened up so much that it flooded the bank so bad that I couldn't even get up the hill. Now here won't be as bad as it was at the other spot. Plus, I literally, if the water started climbing right now, like it was that time, because the water started coming up on me. Yeah, it's always another day. The water started climbing up on me like 3 inches every 10 minutes. I mean, it was climbing quick. And with the rain pushing me downward, I couldn't get up the dang hill. So it was all like a mudslide. So I just left all my stuff I couldn't get to down there and said, you know what? I'll replace it. It ain't, I can replace it. I can't replace myself. So, all right, I'm gonna leave this running for about another 5 minutes, y'all. I'm gonna get over here, put some of my stuff in my bag. That way it's ready to go on my back and I can throw it on my back. And then I'll shut this live down so I can put my cameras and stuff up because I got to put those up for sure. Because unfortunately, most of my gear is not waterproof. It would be nice if it was, but I mean, I've got the waterproof GoPro cases and stuff, but they're at the house because you cannot record the sound quality on these action cameras are so crappy inside those cases you can't even hear it. So I took them out of the cases on purpose so I can actually hear them. All right, I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to GoPro. Oh, tripod. Hey, maybe we still get lucky, y'all. We still got a few minutes. Maybe we'll get lucky and something to pop it while we're packing up. Get a pack up bite. Like I said, it don't have to be nothing big. I'll be okay with a, 3 or 4 pounder. I'll have no complaints. Batteries in my headlamp so I can see to get out of here. But I've been running it as a light. right, y'all. I appreciate everybody hanging in with me, but as y'all can see with the camera bouncing around like it is, yeah, it's time for me to skedaddle out of here. Get my butt out of here while I can. Appreciate everybody for coming in with me, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I hope you get out there, Froggy. Yeah, I will. Like I said, I'm packed up. This is gonna be the fastest I've ever packed up in my life. I'm gonna get up this hill. But I'll catch all y'all great people later.